Hi, welcome to ICYMI Gaming News for Falcon Game Reviews, where I talk about gaming news from last week. We're going to do a bit of a highlights thing. I meant to have this up earlier. Jennifer and I were really busy, didn't have a chance, and that's why she's not here right now. Now, I do plan on including her because she does want to be a part of this, but I didn't get a chance to do it over the weekend because we had a birthday party to go to and D&D, and sorry, D&D takes precedence over this. You can be offended if you want to. But with that out of the way, let's talk about some of the news from last week. Now, it may not necessarily be news from last week, but I did hear about it last week. Warner Brothers, who is notorious for doing crap like this, recently made it clear that they wanted to put loot boxes into Shadow of War. So screw you, Warner Brothers, because I really like the Shadow of Mordor game, and I was really excited for Shadow of War, but you kind of crapped on it a little bit. Loot boxes in a single-player game. Like, at least Square Enix with Mankind Divided, at least they made it to where you could specifically buy what you wanted. You're putting in a randomized loot box into a single-player game. Like, you don't even know what you're getting. Anyways, I'm not going to rant about that right now because I have other things I want to talk about, and one of those things is Crackdown 3 getting delayed, which, I mean, I have to give credit when a developer or publisher pushes back a game to work on it some more, but at the same time, as a huge Xbox fan, I mean, Forza 6 Xbox, Jennifer has the Halo 5 Xbox, we love Xbox, and when a game that I'm looking forward to that is an exclusive to that system gets pushed back, it kind of sucks. Especially when 2017's looking a little light. It kind of reminds me a bit of the PS4 lineup. I think it was 2015. Do people not remember that? That was kind of a bad year for PlayStation. Let's not get into the console bashing bandwagon here. And let's just say that I'm disappointed. It's not looking good. I mean, a game that's been in development for several years already just got pushed back yet another year. Let's move on. Let's get into something happier. How about that? Eve Valkyrie, which was originally only a VR game. It was announced as kind of a PlayStation VR exclusive thing. They actually made it to where you can play it without VR, which is neat. I would still get Elite Dangerous anyway, because Elite Dangerous is a great game, and it's a complete game. And while it is more expensive, you're getting more bang for your buck. And I don't think Eve Valkyrie really provides that. So it's kind of cool. I'm glad that it's a thing now that you can play it without a VR headset, but at the same time, it's still not really worth it. I could see it for like $10 or something. So a little non-gaming related, let's talk about Amazon Prime, which, if you're not familiar, had a gaming discount thing attached to it. It was a new thing that you got 20% off of a new release or a pre-ordered game. I think it was like a 2-week window where you could still get the discount. Well, they kind of silently rolled that back a little bit, which disappoints me personally, because it was nice that if I decided to buy a game that had just come out, it would give me a discount. Now it's only pre-ordered games, so it looks like I'm going to be buying my games somewhere else. Probably Best Buy, even though they screwed me on Horizon Zero Dawn. But we're not talking about that. Let's move on. Let's move on to Blizzard, because Blizzard recently did something that was kind of funny. If you remember, Battle.net used to be their name for their online service thing. They changed it to something else. I don't remember what that was, so you can look it up if you want to. But the good news is, for the people who are unhappy with the name change, it's Battle.net again. So yeah, kind of a funny little change. It was just something that I thought was kind of interesting. But that's not all that Blizzard did recently. Now, one of my favorite RTS franchises of all time is StarCraft. And When StarCraft 2 came out, I was super excited. I own it, but I haven't played it. I feel really bad saying that. I think I have it installed. I need to play that. But anyways, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that StarCraft, the original, got remastered. And I think it's only $20, which is kind of cool because I really loved StarCraft. That was one of my favorite games. And I still remember some of their cheats because I couldn't beat it when I was a kid without cheats. I was kind of bad at games. I still am, for the most part. You watch my my streams of The Long Dark. We won't talk about that. But StarCraft remastered. You should play it. I mean, I should play it too, but I don't have the money. Moving on, let's talk about something else. Most notably, one of the biggest games of a few years ago, I don't remember which year, Undertale is in the news again, and the reason it's in the news is because it got released for the PS4. That was just last week, and that's kind of a big deal. They actually added trophies and stuff like that, which is it's pretty cool. I mean, if you like Undertale or you haven't played it already and you don't have a PC that can play it for some reason, it's a decent game. I didn't care for it, but that's probably because so many people talked so highly of it and it kind of ruined it for me. The good news is for people who like physical releases of games, they made a physical release of it and it's coming out in December and you can pre-order it. You should take a look at it. I'm going to put the link to that in the description. And moving on, we're going to talk about something else. Now, I'm a big fan of strategy games in general, and Cities Skylines is one of those games. I've loved city builders since the original SimCity. Played SimCity 2000, 3000, SimCity 4, played the expansions for that, and I almost bought the reboot of SimCity, and I thank God that I didn't because I heard so much crap about it, and it kind of bums me out. It got me back into playing SimCity 4 for a while, and then Cities Skylines came out, and wow, that is such a good game. Now, the reason I'm talking about it is it got released for the PS4 and the Xbox One. The PS4 version just got onto the console, and so if you don't have a PC that can play Cities Skylines, you should totally pick it up if you like those kind of games, because it's great. Take a look at the review. If you're not sure, you can read a little bit about it. I will say, if you have a PC that can play it, please play it on the PC, because mouse and keyboard is a better control scheme for strategy games. That's just a fact. And last in the news, we have Agents of Mayhem, which looks kind of like a cross between Crackdown and Overwatch and Saints Row. As far as I know, it's okay. I'd probably wait to play it just because it doesn't sound like it's worth the $60. Now, if you're interested in something that just came out that's actually good, not entirely related, but I've heard nothing but good things about, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, I will say you probably should buy that instead if you're just hurting for something new to play. If you just want something that looks like Agents of Mayhem, just play Saints Row, honestly. Yeah, and so the only other thing I have is that Gearbox Software recently acquired the company, I think it's Compulsion Games, for their title We Happy Few, and it kind of bums me out because I was looking forward to playing that, and now, yeah, Gearbox got their hands on that one. That kind of really sucks. Especially the fact that they just started doing all the, AAA bullcrap by, making a really expensive collector's edition and doing pre-order bonuses and stuff like that. I'll probably play We Happy Few once it actually releases, but I know there's a snowball's chance in hell that I'll actually get a review copy of it, so it's going to wait a while. That's all I got for news this week. I do have something cool I want to show you, so I'm going to do that real quick. I just found this actually, and despite the fact that I didn't really care for Fallout 4, I do have to admit that the map that they made for the collector's edition of the strategy guide is really cool actually. So we have this right here, which is the full map, and they actually have a threat and counter threat here, which is neat. So you can actually see where the dangerous parts of the map are. It looks kind of like a weather map. And then on the other side, sorry about the mic there, Boston. So you can look at Boston. And it's got like locations and stuff like that. So yeah, just thought that was cool. Wanted to show it to you. And with that, I think I'm going to end because I don't have anything else I really have to tell you. And I just hope to, get a like, get a share, get you to pay attention to my website. And, you can find me on Twitter and stuff like that too. So thanks for watching.